Hi guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the newest board from North. It's the new 2021.5 Focus. Now, they did this as a late release board, so after our start of our season, I guess just at the start of the Northern Hemisphere season. Nice board. Focus was around last year with a slightly different tip shape and a slightly different construction. Now we've got what they call the hybrid carbon construction. So you've got carbon running, you can actually see it here kind of through the semi-transparent top sheet, running tip to tail on top and bottom and strips through here. So using that to kind of adjust the flex, that combined with how they machine the Polonia core to a different thickness, adjusts how stiff and how soft the tips and middle of the board are. This board is the King of the Air winning board from Jesse Richmond. And what it did there, he ride this board because it's like a freestyle free ride that is quite easy to fit boots on. It's boots are definitely something you can put on these. And B, it's a board that's kind of got a bit of a progressive rocker. So bit more rockered up than say the North Atmos, which is more of what they call like their a little bit flatter, faster freestyle board. Not as rockered up as a wake style board. So you can really just kind of sit it in the water. Very stiff between the bindings, which is nice, and this is actually the kind of board that I like to ride. It's something that's quite stiff between the bindings but has flexible tips, so it kind of absorbs chop and things like that, and it just makes for a nice comfortable ride while being rigid enough that it's not bending under a lot of pressure when you're edging really hard. Because if you bend the board, it's basically putting more rocker into it, and it basically feels like you're slowing down because you're rockering up the board more. Now, what they've done with the bottom, it is a quad concave board, so you've got 4 shallow concaves through the middle. That adds a little bit of stiffness too, in the fact that like every time there's a concave there's a ridge. That ridge adds a bit of thickness, makes it stiffer. You get through the tips and those concaves become little channels, so it's a bit grippier, almost like adding a little bit more resistance, having a little bit more kind of finny area on the ends, while the 40 mil fins are pretty decent size, so quite grippy too. Again, that rocker line you can see there has got that kind of ready ABS rail. The rocker line really is a bit progressive. It's a bit flatter in the middle, but still has a little bit of curve, but then more rocker through the tips. So they've changed the shape a little bit this year. Really, they kind of took the ends off here. The tips on the previous model were a bit more pointy, so they rounded those off, just so they were a little bit, some people maybe found them a little bit grabby, things like that, or anything that sticks out is always a bit prone to getting knocked around, so easier to and more durable to have something that's shaped like that. But really the board difference from this one and the previous is that hybrid carbon construction.